Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Nate and welcome back to another episode of Pony Power Garage. We got another repair video for you guys today. Like you guys saw in the clip, we were leaking coolant pretty bad. I knew I was leaking coolant, but I couldn't necessarily diagnose where it was coming from because it really wasn't that bad at first. I knew I was leaking, but I knew I wasn't really leaking that bad and my car wasn't overheating. And so I kind of ignored the issue. Don't do that. Rule number one of owning a vehicle: if you know something is wrong, find it and fix it. So we left it, and then I was driving to my mom's work, and I was sitting at a stoplight, and I noticed that my engine was smoking. I wasn't overheating. My coolant level wasn't really, it was staying right where it needed to be, which was right in the middle. I pulled up to my mom's work. I popped my hood, and I looked down, and I noticed that the side was kind of wet. And then I looked down even further, and where my engine mounts were, there was like a little puddle of a liquid. And so I, touched it, and it was warm, obviously, and it was coolant. So I already knew I was leaking coolant, and so I just, I waited for my car to cool down. I put more coolant in it, drove it home, and I pulled into the garage, and it was smoking again. And so I popped my hood, and as you guys saw in the clip, you could see that it was dripping down onto the harmonic balancer, and which then when I was driving, that force was making it run down to where my engine mounts are. I knew it was a water pump at the end of the day. So I knew it was a water pump at that moment, and so we went to O'Reilly's and we got ourselves a water pump and some coolant, obviously, because you want to refill the system after you do this, because you want to drain the original coolant and then do the process and then refill the system with new coolant. So we went to O'Reilly's and we got Master Pro water pump. And so we're going to do a little unboxing for you guys. Before we actually run out and put it in. It has been super cold, so that's really why we have not been doing a lot of videos. It's supposed to start warming up, thank God. But we just had like this burst of cold weather and a little bit of snow. And it's been shitty the past like week and a half. But so first up, obviously we have the water pump gasket, super important. That's going to help it obviously seal and make sure that there is no leaks. That could also be the issue. It could be a bad water pump gasket. But again, we won't really know until we put it on. And then we have the new water pump right here, looking very shiny. I think this is going to look dope once it's on the car. But yeah, and then we got our brand new water pump and all the components and everything in between. So yeah, so we're gonna basically go take it off, show you guys a little, rundown with everything, take everything off, get it down to where we need to, and then obviously put the new water pump on, and we're gonna do it all in this video for you guys to see. But all right, guys, enough talking. I know you guys want to get down to the action, so we're gonna go and head into the garage. I've already got it warmed up and nice and prepped and ready, and we're gonna get this show on the road. So I hope you guys go on to enjoy the video. If you guys do, drop a like. Also, comment down below anything you guys want to see in the future. And it'll also keep us in the algorithm. So we got to keep us moving. Guys, enough talking. I hope you guys go on to enjoy the video. Let's get it. All right. So we want to kind of give you guys a little idea of what we got going on. So you want to get you a pan because you don't want this shit in the air. It smells sweet. Your dogs will drink it and they'll die. All right. So, no bueno. What you're going to do is on your radiator here, there's a little drain plug. You're going to undo that drain plug, and then your coolant will come out. Just like that. And then drain all your coolant, and then, yeah, and then you're done. All right, so we filled that bucket up, and we're filling that one up. Not really. It's to the dripping point. Really, you don't gotta take a lot of shit off. You really don't. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the coolant or the air out. So we're gonna take this off, and then this will pop off. You gotta take this little breather tube. You gotta take that off as well. We're gonna take the coolant out to give us a little more room, and then once you do that, you gotta get down to the tension pulley take the belt off, keep note of where the belt goes so that you know when you put it back on where everything goes. And so I think once we get everything down to that point, we'll take another talking point. But yeah, that's pretty much all. So first step, take coolant housing out, take the air tube out, take the breather hose out, disconnect all the hosing, the hoses and whatnot, and get them out of our way. And then yeah. Alright, y'all, man. So I left my mic adapter piece plugged into my phone, so I didn't end up actually getting any audio out of this. And I actually, for the rest of this video, I believe. So all I was saying here was you guys can keep the belt on, and it'll just make it a lot easier to get the 4 bolts off of the water pump pulley you guys can see here. So if you just leave the bolt on and you crack them loose, and then once you crack them loose, you guys can come over to the pulley and you guys use the, I believe it's a 3/8 bit, or 3/8 ratchet size. And then you just put that in that little hole and then you pull up, which then will release your belt, and then you can pull your belt off. Like I said before, keep a note where the belt is going, where it goes, just so that you have an idea. They have them all over internet, so it's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, so you loosen the belt and set the belt off to the side. Alright, well, it said to soak the center of it with something like a, you know, a degreaser or like a WD-40 or whatever. But it's pretty on there, so I just want to do a little more inspection. I'm going to get this hose off, get this clamp down, and then take all the bolts off, and then hopefully I can get it out. Alright, we got it off. After a lot of this. We literally almost used a fucking half can of that. Some WD-40, some hammers, some pry bars. We got it off. We were super gentle. I don't think that I bent the water pump pulley. I scratched it up just a little bit, but I think we're still good. So we're gonna reuse it. Do I recommend you guys do that? No. But I think we're good. I think we're good. So now it's gonna be get all the bolts out that we have. I think there's 12 of them. I can't really remember. Either way. And then we're gonna try to, now that we loosened it from here, we're going to basically try to get it all out at once. Get it down and then away from this hose. We'll try to break that seal real quick. But yeah, so this thing definitely needed replaced for sure. We're gonna let that drain. But we got her loose. Yeah. There's the old water pump gasket. We don't need that no more when we're going. And then, oh yeah. Okay. There's the old water pump. Definitely was needing a new one. The water pump pulley was literally seized to the water pump, and I risked damaging it to even get it off. Well, you can see how rusty this was. Definitely needed a new one. So yeah, so here's the old one, out with the old and with the new. All right, so what I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use this right here. I'm just gonna lightly go over the edges and scrape off all of the old gasket, and I'm going to use this as like a lubricant doing it. So I'm either gonna, I'm just gonna spray this right here, just, you know, right there and right there. Nothing too crazy. And then go to town. Get as much of that gasket off as you can. Clean and ready to go. So, water pump. We've got our gasket, and then we got our water pump. So we're going to put this over here for a trash box. If we lay them out side by side, let's put our gasket right there. Exactly how they are. They look almost identical. Almost identical. Pretty much identical. So we gotta take this hose clamp off. So I don't know what happened to my pliers, which is kind of freaking me out a little bit because I don't want to be driving down freaking street and then that happen, like it like go down on me. So we're gonna take this off just like that. And you can see that there's like gunk. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But there's like gunk on the hose itself. We're going to give that a nice blowout. 110%. You can see how it was building up over the nipple there on the power steering pump. But it'll definitely look good with that power steering in. So we're going to clean this out really good and then put it back on the new water pump. All right, so here's my gasket. So how I'm gonna do it is, so basically I know it goes just like that. Onto the, you know, I got my big tube, or my big hose going out, and my other one vacuum hose, or my heater core hose going up into my heater core. So I take my gasket out, it's a rubber gasket. And what I'm going to do is, so I know it goes just like that. Alright? It don't go like this. I don't even look right. It's going to go like this. So I flip it over. You basically want to make sure, see I had it backwards. You want to make sure you have it right, just like that. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put a bolt in. So here are all my bolts. I'm going to put 2 in to start. So I'm going to do probably this back one here. That's going to hold that side. And then I'm going to do this one here. That's going to hold that one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on just like that with these 2 bolts. That way it holds the gasket and everything in. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. So that's how I'm going to do it. And we're going to get after it. I'm going to try to put this hose on all at once. So let's see how talented I am. so new water pump is installed. We installed just hand tight with this little screwdriver here that fit the bit, or fit the head of the screw. We got it hand tight counterclockwise, or I mean clockwise, and so we went and hand snugged it all, and then we're gonna torque it down to 10 inch-pounds. So that's our next step, and then after that we're gonna put on all the hoses and basically put everything back together, obviously. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do it. All right, so we got everything put back together. Now it's just to put the coolant in, fill her up with some pre-stone, and yeah, then we'll give her a start. Seems to be running great, and we don't have that wood that no more. Let's go. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, it would be greatly appreciated if you guys drop a like, comment down below anything you guys want to see in the future, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.